Hey there guys, and welcome to another episode of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. And we are still in the water temple. I'm actually recording this straight away after I finished recording the last episode. But hopefully it won't be like a month before this episode comes out from the time that I have recorded it. So what I'm doing now is pulling this out of the way. And I think I remember that when I did that before, I thought that I had made the game unbeatable, but nope. You actually are supposed to do that. So I'm thinking that around the start of this episode, we're gonna see if we can go and fight Dark Link. I don't doubt we will be able to, because we happen to have 3 keys. So it's quite possible that we're going to be fighting Dark Link in this episode. Of course, if I have Dark Link in the thumbnail of the video, you probably already know that Dark Link is going to be in this episode. But I don't know for sure that we're going to be able to get that far. Oh, I did not mean to get the bow out. I meant to get the hook shot out. Okay, well, I happen to have the long shot. So, can I actually go... Alright, one more, hopefully. And there we go. There's another locked door. And I think that with the hover boots, we can actually get through this pretty easily. I mean, look, there we go. I just made it all the way over here. And look, I did it again. Haha. Yep, I did it. Normally, you would not be able to do that because you would not have the... Oh, are you kidding me? You would not have the hover boots when you are in the water temple because you don't get those until you're at the Shadow Temple, and you can't get into the Shadow Temple until after you learn the Nocturne of Shadow, which you don't get until you have gotten the Water Temple and Fire Temple completed. I think I thought that you could also get the... You also needed the Forest Medallion in order to get to the Shadow Temple, but I think that it only checks to see if you've gotten the Fire Temple and the Water Temple finished before it lets you into the Shadow Temple. I don't know that for sure. I think I saw someone leave a comment saying that you needed to... that you only needed the Fire Medallion and Water Medallion to get the Nocturne of Shadow, but I'm not entirely sure. But I at the very least know that you can't beat the game without getting the Forest Medallion, because you need to have the Forest Medallion in order to unlock being able to return back to Child Link once you have become Adult Link, since between pulling the Master Sword out of the Pedestal of Time and when you beat the Forest Temple for the first time, you are not able to return to being young Link, because you need to beat the Forest Temple first. I guess it makes sense that they don't have that be an option until much later. I was trying to get Dark Link to appear, and he finally has. Of course, I do realize that he's probably going to take me a while to beat, because I don't know if... I'm sure some people won't know this, but there are a lot of people who probably do know this, but the amount of health that Dark Link has is based around how much health regular Link has. So the amount of hits that it requires for Dark Link is based around how many hearts regular Link has. So I think that if you entered here, if you went to fight against Dark Link and you only had 3 hearts, this probably would not take all that long. And it is possible to have only 3 hearts, when you get here, because you can actually skip out on picking up the heart containers that are left by the bosses. I mean, you get one for every time you beat a boss, but you actually can just completely ignore it. And you can actually beat the game with only 3 hearts. I've never tried it, but I know it's possible. Because I know there are people who have done 3 heart challenges, and I'm not going to do that myself. But I just know that people have done it. And I'm pretty sure that in challenges like that, the fight with Dark Link would be over. Although, is Dark Link's health based around how much health Link has currently, or how many hearts he has? Like, if I was to come into this fight, and I had like 20 hearts, which would not be possible because I would not be able to have the heart containers for Morpha, Bongo Bongo, and Twin Rova at this point. But if I was to come in here with like 17 hearts, but I only have 1 that is filled, would Dark Link still take a long time for me to beat? Although I have to say that is quite a clever idea to actually have Dark Link's health be based around how much health the player currently has, which I don't know if it's how much health you can have or how much health you do have. Like, I don't know if it is based around how many hearts that you have in total, or how many are filled. I'm sure someone will tell me, if anybody who knows these things more than I do could tell me. I'm sure that there are some videos that will explain it. And we got another key. Alright, I think that what I'm going to do now is raise the water level all the way back down to the ground floor. So I will go ahead and meet you guys when I get there. Alright, I've lowered the water level all the way down. So now we're going to the lower section of the water temple. And I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing D-pad down instead of C down. I don't know why. I think I know of another shortcut that we can try. Oh, well, that went pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this boulder to go through, and... Come on, I'm sure I can do it. Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. Meant to equip the... Okay, gotta avoid that boulder. Oh, missed again. There we go. I was trying to avoid getting hit, but I guess the game was not having it. Alright. Come at me. No, I thought I heard something shut off, but I don't think anybody did. At least the power is still on. Hopefully it stays like that. I think I've used the last key, unless there's apparently an extra key in this dungeon. Oh, yeah, I found the Megaddon Hammer. Yeah, I think this is where I saw the spoiler log for that. Yeah, I think that what happened was that I was looking for the Megaddon Hammer, and it said that I needed to go into the water temple, but first I needed to get the iron boots. And then I found out that the iron boots are where the frog choir is, and I need to have the Song of Storms in order to get that one. But in order for me to get the Song of Storms, I needed to go to Goron City, which we did at the beginning of the last episode. So after getting the water level risen to the second height, we're now going to go through here. We probably could have done this a lot earlier, but I decided to wait until now to do it. I'm guessing that this chest is going to have the extra key for this dungeon. And indeed it did. I'm wondering if they added an extra key to this dungeon because they knew that there would be some people that would just get lost in this dungeon. And they are like, well, we're going to add an extra key here. I'm pretty sure that's not in the vanilla game, but at least in the randomizer, there's apparently one more key. At least I've never been able to find out where that last key goes. So I just assume that it's an extra one for the randomizer because of how difficult most players view the water temple, because of how hard it is with all of the different rooms to go through. Not to mention you need to go through multiple different rooms more than once, and also having to pause and then pause the game. But I'm not entirely certain. I would assume that there's an extra key added for the randomizer. But, you know, I just don't know. I mean, in the regular game, I have never found one more key than what's actually in the dungeon. Alright, so now we are going into this awful room. I mean, seriously, whose idea was it to have there be a room where there are these moving spikes? And you need to go up this very steep hill to get into the room. I'm not sure if there is, like, a trick on how to go through with that, but I've never found any way on getting up there. Like, any other way besides just walking up and hoping that I don't get hit by those spikes. I'm trying to do the trick where I can corner Morpha in the corner and just beat him with no way for him to escape. I mean, I know it's possible. I've seen people do it. But I've done that little to no times. Oh, come on, couldn't you have just let me hit it? Seriously, it keeps going into the corner, and yet I'm still not able to get it stuck there. It just keeps going back into the water with no way for me to grab it, or for any way for me to corner it. But I've probably given it enough damage for it to like a decent amount. Oh my goodness! Come on! All right. Oh! I only got hit. I thought I was gonna get grabbed. Oh no! I was gonna move out of the way to prevent that from happening, but the game had other plans. Like, I was in the process of moving, but I was not given enough time. But trust me, I was indeed in the process of moving. I just wasn't given enough time. Oh boy. Come on! Not even a little hit? Alright, at last, we've gotten it. I suppose Morpha always takes such a long time to beat, but I have just been trying to get it cornered so I could just super beat it, but the game was not letting me have that. Oh, and our prize in place of the heart container was just the compass. So, what is the quest prize? The Goron Ruby. Oh, you know what that means. Why is this playing? Oh, okay. Oh, and we're also going to get whatever appears in place of the fire arrow. And it's a heart piece. Okay, well, I will meet you guys over at Hyrule Castle. So here we are in Hyrule Castle Town, and now we are going out this way. I saw that the bridge was open. Alright, and of course, they do skip the cutscenes. Alright, and there's the Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I did not have the Ocarina shuffled in this one. So that means that we only get one major item here. And it's the Bolero of Fire. Well, I suppose now that means that we can go to the Death Mountain Crater. And that also means that we can now go to the Fire Temple. Well, we actually could before. But I think now we are going to be able to make a lot more progress in the Fire Temple. So let's see what we can do there. Oh, wait a minute. I did not, Well, actually, while we're here, we may as well plant the last bean, because we haven't done that here. So it'll be ready for us when we become an adult Link. Well, we are back in Death Mountain Crater as adult Link, but we don't have the... Oh my! Oh my! Could it be? What's your luck? We found the Goron tunic. That was quite lucky. Let's get it equipped real fast. And it is just a normal, plain red tunic, or some close shade of red. Wouldn't say normal shade. I guess it's a good thing I warped there as young Link, and I was not thinking. So let's see if we can actually beat the Fire Temple as well. Okay, we got a lot of these enemies to beat. That's odd. The music that plays for when I got the victory did not play. I wonder why. And we don't need to bother in this room. Wow, just after one jump slash, he already goes back into the fire. Nope. Missed him again. You know, I just kind of realized when the Flame Dancer had that flame body, it kind of looked like some character from Hell of a Boss. you know, that show on YouTube about these demons that, yeah, it kind of looked like a character from that show. Okay, and in this chest we have a bundle of arrows. And I don't think we need to speak with the Gorons because we can just go on through here. Alright, I'm quite certain that you need the hover boots to get through here. Well, actually, normally you don't have the hover boots when you come here. But we have them now. Oh, but we don't have the boss key. Oh. Yeah, I did not think that through. Okay, well, I guess this is where the episode is gonna end. I was thinking of playing through this until we got to, Volvagia, and have this be where the episode... with the episode ending on us beating Volvagia. But looks like that's gonna have to wait. I did not think that we were gonna need to explore the Fire Temple any further, but it looks like we are gonna have to do that. Okay, so at the beginning of the next episode, we're going to continue on with the Fire Temple until we find the boss key. And maybe also check out a couple of other chests. Because it just so happens we also don't have the compass or the map. So there's probably a lot of the Fire Temple that we need to do. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.